Number 2, condos downtown. One of my favorite subjects. I love this topic, and this is just one of these really small stories that's a big deal if you kind of read through it. Now, there's been a lot of conversation about, as Mike's news story pointed out, there's a lot of conversation in the appeals process that the city's trying to block apartments from being converted into condos to keep some affordable housing. They can't do anything about the city's downtown, apparently. So here's
this particular zone.
Particular zone. They dropped in, they got it done, bam, it's happening. And, there was no appeal. But what's interesting is now this is becoming kind of a poster child. And if you read the statements about this thing is what really shows you where people, the city and other, are concerned about what's happening in downtown. Kate Hartzell's come right out and said, this is what's going to happen if we don't have a downtown planning process. The entire downtown is going to be empty condos.
And the implication is from her is that we need the downtown plan to block stuff like this.
To block, I think she even said it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Or at least very strongly. Yeah, the downtown plan would block this kind of development. Whereas one of the things that the downtown plan that I found very appealing is that it recognizes needed projects, whether they be affordable housing or different kinds of housing or multi-use buildings, and it funnels tax dollars, tax incentives towards those types of projects so that you get, the goal of the downtown plan was a 24-hour vibrancy downtown. So the question is, do these kind of small condos help that 24-hour goal or not?
I guess it depends on who you think is going to be buying these small condos.
And who do you think might be buying these condos?
These 300, 400,000?
270 to 390,000.
For 600 square feet.
Yeah,
600 to 900 square feet.
600, 900 square feet.
That's a lot of square feet for a...
There are those who will say, let the market bear this out. Let the market forces determine what happens, not politicians.
Just throw the dice up in
Throw
the air
the dice,
and
let 'em
utter
roll.
chaos rule.
Here's what happens if you let politicians determine what's going to happen. They're going to cherry pick.
I mean, the people we elect to figure out what the best
They're
course
going to
is
cherry
for-
pick who gets to live downtown. Now, I'm not saying that's good or bad, but if you're going to cherry pick who gets to live downtown, and you're going to put it in the hands of a few elected officials, then let's say that. Let's just be straightforward and upfront. No, we don't want a bunch of rich folks buying up downtown.
Is that who you think are going to buy these condos?
I guarantee you that me, my wife, and my child are not going to move into a 600 square foot apartment downtown. It's not going to happen.
Why not? It's urban living.
No matter how affordable it is. Even if they got it down to $250,000 for 600 feet.
So you don't buy
billboard in
that
there.
these are a little more affordable places to live. Now, I got to admit, when I first
No,
moved
they're
here,
vacation houses. They're second condos for someone who lives in the Bay Area and wants to come up and visit or loan it out to their friends. Or
so 4 weeks a year they're busy, 48 weeks a year
not the
they're empty.
people who are going to bring vibrancy to the downtown.
So now here's the interesting part. Getting back to his comment, is it just a handful of elected officials? The whole purpose of a downtown plan is that you get all the stakeholders in and you look at what's going to accomplish the goal. And the goal is a downtown vibrancy. The downtown planners, Crandall or Rambler, the consultants, their number one thing was that our downtown is underutilized. This little corner is the poster child for a downtown plan. The underground marketplace, it should be cool. You walk downstairs, it's right on Main Street.
It's
the
empty.
undertown
It's
ghost
empty.
town.
Now-
It's
now,
a ghost town.
Who is determining what downtown looks like, what the vision for it is, and how the plan
Well, right now,
will be
nobody.
implemented?
Right now,
Nobody.
That's the problem. And so,
Market forces.
Market forces.
No, market forces.
You're cheering for it.
Market forces is not determining what goes downtown because there is a block of the market forces. That block is what we call the city council. Now, if the city council is going to block what is naturally trying to occur, then they need to establish a plan and manipulate exactly what they want to occur, but they've got to do it toward a vision. And I don't know if they've articulated the vision. Have they?
Well, if they just let stuff occur naturally, they'd end up with what? Like what the plaza looks like 100 years ago.
You know what's
Big, beautiful buildings stacked up right next to each other.
well? Listen what happened. Market forces in the 1970s. Malls came in, suburban blew up, and downtowns became boarded up all across the country, which started the need for infill.
Yeah, but who knows?
Infill projects.
Was that market forces, or were these malls being encouraged by cities saying, "Here, we'll give you this little
Oh,
plot
I think those are market forces. That's where suburbia, the flight to suburbia was a market-driven forces, out of the city, into the house with the dog. It's just ironic that nowadays you've got the exact trend. I mean, I saw a USA Today article that said within the next, I think it was 25 years,
I just think it's really hard to find.
3/4 of the population will live in urban areas. They're moving back into higher density areas. Same's going to happen here.
But here's the thing. I'm not saying market forces is a panacea. What I'm saying is that if you're going to stop market forces from whatever direction they're taking, then you should redirect them. You shouldn't just simply stagnate. And that is exactly what has happened here in Ashland.
Yeah. It's a
That's
great,
what the plan is needed for.
Oh, maybe that is the plan.
Well, if nothing else, you've raised two different random, haphazard, let's have it go. Well, here we've got it. We've got a condo above a shopping center where the shopping center is a bust. I mean, no one's doing well there. You've got the condos coming in that were bad apartments that really didn't, they were kind of rundown apartments. They're being upgraded to condos. So on the paper, you can say, hey, this is great. It's going to provide some alternative living. Professional like me, when I first moved here, I was looking for this exact kind of place. Maybe I could have afforded
expensive tiny closets.
Well, no, I didn't want a lawnmower. I don't want an edge. I wanted to be downtown. I wanted to walk. I looked all over the place, couldn't find it.
In an expensive tiny closet.
Sure, there are people who will do that as opposed to 4 bedrooms, a house, a dog, and a picket fence.
So we're not talking about families.
We don't know that. The point is it's a possibility. More urban living is happening. Look at Portland.
You're a block from Lithia Park. There's your front yard.
Why don't you move your family and my family? We'll move together. You get a 600 square foot apartment. I'll get a 600 square foot apartment, and we'll show how families can live together.
Community.
I'm in a 600 square foot house right now.
And they were as high as 900 for the family.
I have to sleep with my feet out the back door.
All I'm saying at this point is watch who buys these places. This is going to be interesting.
I'm saying watch how long it takes to get them sold.
Maybe so. Okay. Fun stuff. All right. Final topic.